He moves without a sound. One mistake, and it's over. The Caiman refuses to surrender. Now, the river decides. Before first light reaches the water, something is already moving. A shape eases down the muddy bank, low, unhurried, shoulders rolling beneath a coat of gold and shadow. A short distance out, a caiman lies at the surface, still as a fallen branch. Only its eyes and the ridged line of its back showing above the water. It has not reacted. Not yet. The cat slips into the shallows. No splash, no sudden charge. Only a slow parting of the water, as though the river itself has chosen to change shape. The gap narrows, one body length, then less, and the surface breaks apart. In that first violent second, everything is contact and spray, and the question hangs unanswered. Has the Jaguar found its grip, or has it lunged at a target already twisting away? Hold that moment. We will come back to it, because to understand what is happening here, and why a predator would gamble so much on a single reach into dark water, we have to step back from the strike itself. This is the Pantanal. In the heart of South America, the largest tropical wetland on Earth. Spread across parts of Brazil, Bolivia, and Paraguay, it is not one landscape, but many. And which one you meet depends entirely on the season. For part of the year, the rains come. The rivers rise past their banks, and water spills out across the low ground until forest, grassland, and marsh blur into a single shining floodplain. Then the rains ease. The water pulls back into channels and shrinking pools, and dry earth returns. Cracked and pale under the sun, everything that lives here lives by that rhythm. The slow breath of flood and drought that decides where the animals gather, where they feed, and where they can be reached. The margins of that water, the shallow banks, the drying pools, the grassy edges where land and river meet, are where much of the drama plays out. It is here that animals must come to drink, to feed, to warm themselves in the open. And it is here that two of the Pantanal's residents meet, again and again, in a relationship built on risk. One is the Jaguar, the largest cat in the Americas. The other is the Black Caiman, a crocodilian, a cousin of the alligator. And no easy meal for anything. Watch the Jaguar move, and you begin to see why it, of all the great cats, hunts here so readily. It is built low and heavy, packed with muscle across the chest and jaw, less a sprinter than a wrestler. It does not chase prey across open ground for long. It prefers to arrive unseen. That coat, pale gold, broken by dark rosettes, is not decoration. Against dappled light and broken shade at the water's edge, it dissolves. A jaguar can lie a few meters away and read as nothing more than a pattern of sun and leaf. And unlike most cats, the jaguar is entirely at home in water. It swims with real confidence. crossing rivers, moving between banks, even hunting while partly submerged. Where another predator sees a barrier, the jaguar sees a road and a place to hide its approach. Its final advantage is patience. A jaguar hunt is mostly stillness, long minutes of watching, adjusting, waiting for the distance and the angle to be exactly right. The explosive part, the part that ends up in photographs, lasts only a heartbeat. Everything before it is discipline. But if the jaguar is well armed, so is the animal it is watching. The Black Caiman is smaller than the giant crocodiles of other continents. Yet it is formidable in its own right, and in the Pantanal it can be extraordinarily abundant. Its back is plated with rows of bony ridges set into the skin. A natural armor that blunts teeth and claws. Its senses are tuned to exactly the kind of ambush a jaguar attempts, eyes and nostrils raised above the waterline, and a body acutely sensitive to the smallest pressure wave moving through the water. As a cold-blooded animal, it must bask to gather warmth. And so, it is often drawn to the exposed banks where a jaguar can find it. But stillness in a caiman is not the same as helplessness. Provoke it. And the response is anything but slow. A caiman can pivot and snap with startling speed, driven by a muscular tail that throws its whole body around in an instant. Its jaws close with real force. A serious bite could injure a jaguar badly. And in a place with no veterinarian and no second chances, an injury can be as deadly as any direct attack. So this is not a hunt of hunter against helpless prey. It is a contest between two well-matched animals in the caiman's own element, where a mistake by either can be the last one it makes. Return then to the water's edge, to a hunt as it might unfold on any given evening here. A caiman lies in the shallows near a bank, motionless, holding what little heat remains in the day. A short way off, screened by grass and the failing light, the jaguar has already seen it. It does not move directly. It reads the scene first, the wind, the water, the exact line of approach that keeps the reptile's raised eyes pointed the wrong way. Then it begins to close, one slow step at a time, freezing whenever the caiman shifts. This is the longest part and the most fragile. A single careless ripple, one snapped twig, and the caiman will slide into deeper water and vanish. That happens often. Many approaches end not with a strike, but with an empty pool and a hunter left to start again elsewhere. Suppose this time the caiman senses something. It stirs, turns its head toward the disturbance. The jaguar stops dead, pressed flat, and the two hold. Predator and prey. A few meters apart, each waiting for the other to commit. Long seconds pass. The caiman, finding nothing, settles. The jaguar does not rush the moment. A poorer hunter might close the last distance now, while it can, and trust to power. This one waits. It lets the chance cool, holds its position, and reads the caiman's posture. Until the angle is right again, until it can come from above and behind. The one direction from which those armored jaws cannot easily reach it. Waiting is not hesitation. It is the difference between an attempt and a kill. Then, when the geometry finally favors it, the jaguar moves. The strike is a single explosive surge across the last short gap. The aim is not the body, but the head and neck. To seize the caiman where it is most dangerous and least able to fight back. and to do it before the animal can turn. If the Jaguar lands that grip cleanly, the contest can be over almost at once. If it does not, the Caiman's power comes into play, and the advantage can swing back toward the water in a heartbeat. Here, the Jaguar relies on something that sets it apart from the other great cats, where many of them kill by clamping the throat and holding on. Jaguars are known for a bite delivered to the back of the skull or the nape, a method well suited to prey that wears armor over most of its body. And well, at the right point, such a bite can reach the nervous system and end a struggle very quickly. But its success depends on placement, not on power alone. But efficient is not the same as guaranteed. The bite has to be placed precisely on a moving target at an awkward angle, often in water. Get the geometry wrong, and the Caiman can still twist free or turn its own jaws on its attacker. This is why the approach matters so much more than brute strength. The Jaguar is not simply stronger than the Caiman. It is trying to be more exact, which raises a fair question. If Caiman are armored, quick, and genuinely dangerous, why hunt them at all? The answer is written into the seasons. When the rains come and the water spreads wide, Caiman spread with it, scattering across the flooded land in great numbers. For a Jaguar, that abundance is hard to ignore. Researchers working in the Pantanal have found that Caiman can make up a substantial share of the local Jaguar diet, alongside larger prey and, where cattle ranches border the wetland, livestock. They have also noticed that female Jaguars in particular tend to take more Caiman than males do. A Caiman is not the largest meal available, but it is often the most reliable one within reach, and neither animal occupies only one role. Caiman consume fish and other aquatic prey, while Jaguars hunt a wide range of animals across the wetland. Their encounter is one link in a much larger food web shaped by water levels, prey access, and season. A single struggle may look like a private contest, but it belongs to an ecological system far larger than either animal. Now come back to where we began, to that first strike in the half-light, and the question we left open. Recall the shape of it. The Jaguar had entered the water without a sound, closed the distance, and lunged. In the spray of that first second, it was impossible to say who had prevailed. The truth is that both endings are real, and both play out here again and again. Sometimes the cat's timing is perfect. The grip finds its mark, the Caiman's strength is neutralized before it can be used, and the hunter carries its catch back toward cover, often remarkably with the same unhurried composure it wore on the way in, as though the outcome had never been in doubt. And sometimes it is not. Sometimes the Caiman feels that pressure wave a fraction of a second early, or the Jaguar's jaws close on armor instead of the vulnerable point, and the reptile wrenches free and drives for deep water. The cat is left wet and empty on the bank, watching the ripples close over an escape. No predator here wins every time. The ones that endure are simply the ones that fail without paying too high a price for it. That is the quiet lesson of this place, underneath all the drama of teeth and water. It is easy to look at a hunt like this and assume it is decided by power, that the strongest jaw or the fastest lunge must always win. The Pantanal tells a different story. The Caiman is armored and dangerous. The Jaguar is powerful and precise. And yet, over a lifetime of encounters, neither strength nor speed alone is what keeps an animal alive. What matters is judgment, the choice of when to move and when to stay still, the patience to let a poor chance pass, the discipline to break off an approach. That has gone wrong rather than force it through. On both sides of this contest, survival belongs not to the strongest or the fastest, but to the one that makes fewer mistakes, the one that reads the water a little more carefully and gambles only when the odds are worth it. Neither animal needs to understand this in human terms. Their behavior has been shaped by countless encounters in which timing carried consequences, and along these shining, shrinking, ever-changing waters, Jaguar and Caiman will test each other again tomorrow and the day after, each one surviving only if the other is the first to get it wrong.